Where is Tennessee right now, and what will this do for the coaching search?
Well, they're finally moving out of the weeds and back to their roots. And I tweeted this morning that Phil Fulmer should be named the athletic director, at least for the interim time, and try and repair what's gone on. And I said last week, was the most disgraceful era in the history of Tennessee football. I think that Fulmer will turn back to someone who has connections with Tennessee. There's talk about David Cutcliffe, who was the offensive coordinator under Phil Fulmer. But I think T. Martin, who played quarterback for Fulmer, is the right choice. He was the quarterback after Peyton Manning, who led them to the national championship, their last time they were really that powerful of a college football program. I think you bring back T. Martin from USC, and you get this program back on the right track to where it used to be in the SEC.
So you think all signs point towards this being a Tennessee guy leading Tennessee, both Fulmer and the AD, but now bringing back maybe Martin as coach. Let's go to Israel Gutierrez.
I'm not sure if this was the smart move. At this point, it's the only move. You have to sort of appease these fans and give them some reason to feel comfort. And how do they do that? Names that they're familiar with. Phil Fulmer, T. Martin, sure, because this has been a train wreck. And they really need to be thankful that they're in the SEC and have that association, because this is one of those situations that could turn you into a once proud program into a team that's never going to see the light of day again when it comes to being an elite program. You've got them chanting at basketball games, "Fire Curry." You've got everything. You've got people being interviewed in Tennessee saying we are a laughing stock. They really need to fix this, and the best way to do it is with people that you know.
Pablo Torre, you agree with that?
Well, I don't know if they have a choice at this point. I mean, if they have decided that Phil Fulmer is in any way the guy to lead them out of the desert and back into another desert that they're probably a little bit more familiar with, which is comforting on some level to Israel's point, the reality is, who else is going to want that job outside of one of Phil Fulmer's really good friends? Like, if you're watching all of this unfold and you see that since 2009, as Matt Norlander at CBS pointed out, they've had 6 football coaches, 4 basketball coaches, 4 ADs, and now this palace intrigue bringing back this figure from the past. Why would anyone who's not a friend of Phil Fulmer want in on this? And so, yeah, they have not much of a choice other than to get one of those guys. And good luck with that. It's just not going to be one of those high upside moves. It's something that'll make you feel a little bit warmer than you did before.
And Kay Fagan?
Yeah, but at least potential candidates will see that there is a change and there is someone new in there as opposed to everything that had been happening over the last few months. So at least that would give them some reprieve about thinking, okay, perhaps things are changing into a new direction here. Now, if I'm Phil Fulmer, I actually want to maybe call a slight timeout here, because I know all we're talking about is football, but he is now the AD of an entire collection of college sports teams. And when Tennessee was its best, they were good at a lot of things. And there seemed to be a culture in there. And now I'm talking about the 90s among a lot of the programs in Tennessee that was distinct from the one that we have now. So if I'm him, I call a quick timeout. I actually reevaluate across all of my teams before I want to know who I want to bring on as a football coach who will mesh with all of that.
Does Tennessee have that type of time? I guess we're hearing about the recruiting that's going on right now, early recruiting as it is done, Israel Gutierrez, in the next 2 weeks.
You know what also makes you feel slightly warmer, Pablo? Urinating on yourself. And I do believe that Tennessee could have bungled this so much that it's not fixable but with Phil Fulmer, because as Kate said, there's an entire program here, and they're bringing this guy to fix the football program, but he's the AD, so they might have messed this up still.
No.
Wow.
I liked where that went. Wow.
Yeah, you really made a mess of that,
Compliment to Tennessee
Israel Gutierrez. I don't even know how to score that.